Do you like to be disciplined and strong-willed? Who doesn't? Let us show you that it's possible. We all know them, the highly motivated people who run a half marathon in any weather with a headlamp and thermal clothes every morning at bedtime. Or the disciplined eaters who maintain their elfin weight for life with the precision of a fine gold scale. And then there are the super productive, successful entrepreneurs, or the people who effortlessly manage everything and more under one roof. They climb all the 8,000-meter peaks and write 12 novels a year. Listening to these ambitious people could make us dizzy. What they all have in common is discipline. The word itself sounds joyless, but you'd be surprised. Studies have shown that the disciplined are actually happier than their more carefree and sometimes comfortable counterparts. All the more reason to explore the phenomenon of self-control. Number 1. Avoiding temptation is easier than resisting it. Let's start with a life hack that will catapult you forward in terms of self-control. This is not really a new tip. The biggest enemy in the fight against your inner bastard is temptation. It lurks in every nook and cranny, comes in all shapes and sizes, and is as persistent as fleas. It's always whispering tempting things in your ear, like treat yourself, or you've earned it, or tomorrow's another day. It's best to just send her and her lies to hell. Better yet, don't let them knock on your door at all. Identify the distractions that are keeping you from your plans. If your cell phone is distracting you, move it to another room. If you can't resist chocolate, don't buy it in the first place. Avoiding temptation is 100 times easier than resisting its siren song. Number 2. The 1% method. If this sounds familiar, it comes from James Clear's best-selling book of the same name. His advice is worth its weight in gold, so I can't keep it from you. After years of self-testing and study, the author realized that it is not necessary to give 100% every day to achieve a goal. An incredible 1% is enough. And, let's face it, that sounds achievable, right? The best way to achieve it is to calculate it in minutes. From now on, decide to dedicate 2 minutes a day to your goal. Write your thesis for 2 minutes. Use that time to put on your running shoes and spend 2 minutes looking for jobs where you want to change careers. What happens after 2 minutes? We get in the flow. If you stick with something for 2 minutes, you will stick with it 80% of the time. Those 2 minutes are just an introduction, but they are enough. Number 3. Long-term goals must be more important than short-term comfort. This is a problem that all people face, whether they are dieting or trying to improve their fitness. We really want to eat this piece of cake right now, but we'd better realize that its calorie count is exactly what would ruin our balance sheet today. We would have lost a whole day in the fight against excess pounds. If we skip the workout, this choice for short-term well-being will also set us back in the long run. Number 4. When you feel like quitting, remember why you started. You may have heard this one before. It has become one of the classic motivational memes, but there is a lot of truth to it. Why did you want to pursue that dream in the first place? Why that education, that career change, that training, that one project you were passionate about? Something must have lit the spark in you. Find it and rekindle it. Number 5. Celebrate every victory, no matter how small. Losing weight is a good example of the grueling journey of any endeavor that requires discipline and self-control. You don't lose weight in kilograms, you lose weight in grams. That is shamefully small, heartbreakingly sobering, and could force us to give up on day one. Even a novel is not written in a 100-page rhythm. And you're not going to get the stamina to climb an 8,000-foot mountain in a single day. So it is important that you celebrate every accomplishment, no matter how small. Keep a journal and record your progress. We often forget about them because they're small and don't make a big difference in the big picture. But as you know, even the longest journey begins with a single step. Number 6. Once is not once. Beware of this attitude, but it is allowed if it is really just a lapse. If you work out every day, watch your calories, or have a big project coming up, you can run out of time. And life doesn't always get in the way. So taking a break is okay, as long as you can pick it up the next day. Our conclusion for today: avoiding temptation is enough. You don't have to face it again. As you can see, self-control is not only easy to learn. Bringing a little more structure and discipline into your life is worth it in every way. In fact, we are happier when we have more control. It is probably the many experiences of success that are then bestowed upon us that release the happiness hormones. Start by not trying to resist temptation. Instead, avoid it. It works 100 times better and is much easier to do. Then be good to yourself. Celebrate your milestones and every success, no matter how small. Keep track of your progress and don't leave anything unmentioned that could spur you on. Never forget why you started, especially when you feel like giving up. And it's best to start right away. Discipline doesn't sound like much fun, and it doesn't sound like a dream. But a life in which you can achieve everything your heart desires because of it is a life like a dream. Thanks for watching and see you soon.